I have a question for you guys. Do you guys have any goals for your career? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 or 10, 20 years, right? Is it like at the C-level suite? Are you looking to be the CTO or CEO of a company, a big company? Are you looking to get into middle management, right? Are you looking to basically just stay into a specialized position? Maybe it's a specialized job that no one else can do, right? What are your goals? I think you need to think about those things when it comes to building wealth, when it comes to your career, right? And where you work is going to make a huge impact on your goals, right? Let's say you want to be at the C-level suite for a big corporation, right? You probably should work for larger organizations in general, right? Larger organizations have more levels to learn how to manage bigger groups, bigger departments, right? So that's important to understand. Same thing with middle management. If you want to be a middle manager, maybe a VP of a department, right? Try to stick to or try to get into companies that are larger in scale, right? That's going to help you in your career, move up those ladders, right? Now, building the skills to get into middle management, there's probably a lot of education that's involved. There's tools out there like PMBOK, the project management office. There's going and getting your MBA, right? And there's also leading teams. You gotta somehow get a job where you're gonna start leading teams and start being a leader, right? Having some authority, stuff like that, right? But then there's the flip side, right? And that's the more specialized work, right? You want to be a specialist in a certain type of job. Maybe it's engineering, maybe it's nursing, maybe it's software engineering, who knows, right? There's lots of jobs out there. I don't know all the jobs that are out there, but if you want to be specialized and good at your craft, right? You want to focus on your craft. Working for the large companies may not be the best choice. Let me tell you why. What do the big companies do? They typically have established business lines and products, all right? These established business lines and products, they typically just need to be supported and improved slightly, right? So you're not going to get into most of these jobs where you're going to be building brand new products for these large organizations. You know what these companies do? The big companies, they buy smaller companies. They buy innovation, right? They buy innovative companies, all right? And so it might be better off for you if you're working for a big company and you want to be specialized, you want to be good at your craft, it might be better off for you to look into smaller companies. It doesn't have to be a startup. However, startups you're going to get specialized real quick, right? Basically, you're going to, be working 60 to 80 hours a week at a startup, okay? But you're going to learn a lot, right? Now, it doesn't have to be a startup, like I said. It could be a small company. It could be a mid-sized company, right? Anywhere where you're seeing innovation, where you're seeing a smaller set of managers in a company, you're going to get more innovation, okay? So if you're working for a larger company, you want to be specialized, you might want to consider that. Now, when you interview for these smaller companies, look at how they're structured. Ask how they're structured. The interview process is probably more important on your end than on their end, to be honest. You need to know, is this company good for me? Is it going to improve my skills? Am I going to learn what I want to learn, right? Maybe I'm interested in a particular craft, right? You need to focus on that. Like, if there's like 20 layers of middle management for a small firm, walk away, honestly. All these people are doing is just managing themselves to bankruptcy, okay? You need to look for high-performing companies if that's what you want, right? On the flip side, if you're in a small company, right, let's say you've got the specialized skills already down, right? You've built all those specialized skills and you're thinking to yourself, I have no room to go up. There's no middle managers. It's probably you, maybe the VP of engineering and the CEO, right? Maybe you need to look at those bigger companies for upward mobility if that's what you want to do, right? Just depends, right? You got to figure out your path. Do you want to stick to being specialized worker, or do you want to move up into management? And how are you going to do that, right? You might need both skills. You might need to, in your career, if let's say you start your career at a big company, but you need the specialized knowledge, you might need to go to a small company, build your skills there, maybe build a little bit of leadership skills there, and then go back to a big company so you can get that upward mobility with your specialized skills. It's a killer combination if you've got both, right? So I've been trying to do that with my career. I started it at big companies in my career. I started at Dow Chemical, then Pfizer, and I found that that was the case. I wanted that specialized skill set. I wanted to improve my craft of software engineering. And when I was at Pfizer, it was, the upper mobility was there, but I was working with people that didn't understand the craft. So I left and went to a small company. It wasn't a startup, it was an established company, but it was a small company nonetheless, and it was a lot of work. But I'll tell you what happened. I improved my skills. And I've been kind of doing that since. I haven't gone back to a large company where there's lots of upward mobility because I've enjoyed building my craft and getting really good at it. So, I'm in my mid 40s today. I may consider going back to a larger organization in the future to take advantage of so they can take advantage of my skill sets and my leadership, because I've got a lot of leadership skills now. Could I apply all that to middle management and move up the chain of those bigger companies? Probably, right? I'm not interested at the moment in that, but it's something to consider, right? So the moves you make early in your career are going to make a big impact. And so you got to decide, do you want to be specialized or do you want to focus on middle management, right? It may be that if you get too specialized as well, a company may not want you to go to middle management, right? They may say, man, he's too valuable. He's got to stay in the trenches, right? He's got to build products for us. So it's a tough thing to balance, right? We got to think about that in our careers. And, let me know what you think. Is this something that you're struggling with? Is trying to find your craft and trying to find your direction in your career something that you're struggling and you're thinking about? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching the video, and I appreciate all your guys' time. And everyone, have a great day. Thanks. Bye.